When a rocket is taking off, it must generate a massive amount of thrust to get itself into orbit. Once in orbit, it must ignite the engines at specific times to raise the orbit and escape Earth's gravity to fly to nearby planets. All of this requires a lot of heavy fuel, which makes these spacecraft big. But there are other types of rocket engines out in the world that are being looked at. One type is an electric rocket engine that uses ions to produce thrust. The way the engines work is that an inert gas, like xenon or krypton, is held in a tank. Solar rays, or a nuclear reactor, generate power, which is then sent into the tank to ionize the gas. This means that the atom gains or loses an electron. A magnetic field then accelerates the ions out of the engine, and this produces thrust. How much thrust does this produce? The force is equivalent to the force of a piece of paper on your finger. So, not much. However, this is not going to be used to escape Earth's gravity in the initial flight. This will be used purely in space, where the vacuum of space can be used to an advantage. While the force produced is not a lot, it can continuously fire for weeks or months. This means that an electric engine can slowly build momentum and reach destinations farther than a chemical rocket can. The spacecrafts that use this type of engine will first be unmanned probes, but that hasn't stopped NASA from recognizing the potential in manned missions. Lunar missions for the Artemis program will utilize electric propulsion engines. One such mission is the implementation of a space station module called the Power and Propulsion Element (PPE). To increase the thrust the spacecraft will produce, multiple engines will be used. For missions to Mars, NASA has said that combining nuclear and electric methods is an option. This is where the nuclear engine would propel the spacecraft to Mars, and the electric engines would be used for orbit maneuvers.